What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are. Uh-oh. Did I lose my mic? Do I have a microphone? Hold on. I made the mistake. Oh, I am working. Okay. What's up, everyone? My name is Joshua T. Berglan, and this is Spoken Word Live. Thank you so much for being here. I just realized that when this camera moves, it looks like I have a tattoo on my head, and it just so happens to right there. It looks like it's a bonnet. I want the animated screen back. I got to figure out how to do that on this platform because I'm still not liking this platform that I'm broadcasting on. But, you know, when they give you 60 days for free and nothing because nothing's working right on it, I'm going to use it. It's called being a good steward. And by the way, don't sweat the free platforms, ladies and gentlemen, because those free platforms can be the very thing that helps you get started in really this journey of creating endless revenue streams, tapping into your God-given gifts, talents, and your life experience. And if you're someone like me, that's a good news. You know, someone that may have struggled with mental health issues and other issues, or maybe didn't have any other options because they didn't have an education, or maybe had a bad past that made things like getting a job complicated. Yeah, if you're an ex-con, you're a former trafficking victim, you have somebody that's from an underserved community. Yeah, media is an amazing vehicle. Media literacy is one of the coolest subjects I think anyone can learn because it literally, media literacy, the way that most people talk about it, even though most people don't actually use the words media literacy, most people refer to that term as deciphering, you know, the knowledge of how to decipher between real and fake news. And that's very much part of it. But the other side of media literacy is understanding how all of us can tap into media, the media tools that are widely available, the media tools that are free, how we can tap into those to create endless revenue streams. You can publish books with no money now. You can get acting jobs, voiceover jobs. In my presentation yesterday, I was talking about affiliate relationships. Like, affiliate relationships can be used for multiple things. By the way, my name's Joshua T. Berglan. I don't know if I said that yet. How you doing? And I can't see the chat. It's completely annoying. But it is what it is. What am I going to do? Anyway. In the presentation, I was talking about affiliate relationships. And nowadays, affiliate relationships are far better than they've ever been. When they first started, like, you'd be lucky to see something over 5%. And like now, you know, there's affiliate programs giving 25%, 30%. Amazing. But that's not the part. Like, if you're looking for sponsorships for your show, but you're early on, like you're early on just starting and you don't have an audience yet to justify saying, hey, give me $1 million for me talking about your product. By the way, I think those days are kind of over. There's a better way. Like, you can use affiliate relationships now in such a way that you can actually like record yourself talking about, okay, I'll just use this as an example. This is called Ready to Focus. I don't even know what's in it, and I'm not paid to promote this product, but you smell it. It's an essential oil, and it literally wakes up your brain. And it smells amazing. There's all kinds of stuff, good stuff in here. I don't know what's in it, but it clears my mind and my nasal passages, right? So essentially what I'm saying is you can go into your closet. This is a fun tip for those of you that are podcasting and you're looking for ways to monetize your podcast. One of the easiest ways to get started is the affiliate relationships. And if you're like, well, what do I get an affiliate of? Go into your closet, your medicine cabinet, your bathroom, look at all your products that you love. Odds are they have an affiliate program. Or if there's certain things that you love to talk about, you can find and research or look up affiliate programs that match things that you're interested in. And they've got an affiliate program for it, like everything at this point. And what you can do, other than use this affiliate program to bring in extra money, generate extra revenue streams, you can use it also as practice. Because you can video yourself talking about the brand or the product, and you can use this for your portfolio and or your acting reel or your commercial reel. And if you're going to say you're going to go to try to get an agent, and you've got your headshots, you've got everything you need, but then you have this reel of you doing product reads. talking about different products. Like that can help you get jobs. Those things carry over into getting commercial gigs. I have multiple agents. And like the thing is, I don't even really need my agents anymore because I can use websites like Allcasting and get booked myself. Like the gatekeepers are gone. It doesn't mean that you don't need to have things in place. I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent today, but I always go off on some kind of tangent. But there's so many ways. Like for you, those are like, I'm too skinny to be an actor or actress, or I'm too whatever, I'm too old, or I'm too. They cast. When I say cast, they hire for roles of every type of look you can imagine. There's no such thing as too old, too fat, too skinny, too tattooey, too pierced. There's a role for everyone. And if this is something you want to do, you can absolutely do it. Heck, one of the great untapped markets right now, I think, for people who love to use their voice is video game voiceovers. There's all kinds of websites you can go to. And like some of you all have such unique voices. And there's a market for everything now. And because the whole world is opened up in this world of entertainment and media, everyone has an opportunity. If you're a school teacher, you have no acting ability. None of that matters. None of it matters. On the flip side of this, it's kind of interesting because all these people want to get into acting and other things, but really, I mean, no one can just be an actor and make it anymore. You need to have you need to tap into all of the other opportunities that are available that media offer. And I think most actors and actresses there's a reason why they have waiting jobs and private security jobs, and they do multiple things, but that's even changing now. Like even the people that were getting paid in acting, that's changed. So now everyone needs to be able to have they need to have access to multiple revenue streams. And usually that's going to come through what we create. And that's what a lot of my books are about. You can go to joshuatberglan.com over here, that part. I wish that was animated still. Anyway, you can go there, go into books and resources, and you'll see a book called Media Company in a Box. It's published, but you can read it free on my website. And it doesn't matter if you're a teacher, if you're a speaker, if you're homeless, if you are a former trafficking victim, if you are a prisoner, there's something for you. If you're in a wheelchair, there's something for you in that book. You're an attorney, you're a real estate agent, you're a teacher. And if you're an artist, there are things for you in that book. And frankly, I think we're all creatives and we're all artists. And that's why I'm excited about the creators economy. Because, the creator created us to create, and we're in a creators economy. Think about it. Like, this is the best time ever to make your dreams come true. Anyway, all right. This is Spoken Word. We're on episode 9 now. This will be fun. I haven't done any talking today. So, I can't look. I almost cheated. I can't cheat on my own show. Jeez. All right. Let's see what this says here. So funny how this happens. Freedom. That's what the creators economy is all about. I feel like I'm doing repeat episodes now. Freedom. I've said on the last 3 broadcasts I've done that the world that we're heading into, let's say that Agenda 2030 and Agenda 21 fall into place the way that they are currently falling into place. You're essentially going to have 2 classes of people. You'll have the people that take universal basic income, and then you'll have the people that create, that teach, that provide value. The universal basic income class will essentially be the people that do nothing, that just take their checks. They live in their 15-minute city apartment because, part of Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 is moving people out of the country. Home ownership's going to change, all that stuff, right? So the people that are doing nothing, they lose their jobs, because of the advances in technology and a lot of industries being replaced. Well, they're going to take, they'll have universal basic income. And a lot of people are going to see that opportunity and they will be excited about it, because there'll be, there's going to be people that are desperate. So they're going to go, oh, free healthcare, free this, free that. And they're going to willingly go do what they have to do to get universal basic income. That's not freedom. You will be very limited in what you can do. I mean, you get comfortable in your 15-minute city because you won't be able to travel freely. You won't be able to afford to. But some people will be happy with that. Some people will be happy with having universal basic income and having everything provided for them. But don't think it's free. Don't think it's free, because it's not. The freedom comes in creating. And this is one of my favorite things about getting to talk about the creator's economy, which I mentioned before I even drew the word, which is really making me think that there's something to this. Like, I don't know how that's happened. Like, there's been, of the 9 broadcasts, 7 times, it's like literally been something I was talking about. I draw the word and it's like, what? Like, how'd this happen? I don't understand it. Again, is it a synchronicity? I don't know. I don't know how this works, but it's really trippy to me. But think about the freedom. Like, if you're doing what the creator created you to do, wouldn't you think there'd be freedom to that? Think about what happens when, like, let's take the current state of, let's take the future out of this conversation really quick. And let's just say that you are somebody that would call yourself a servant of God, a follower of Jesus, follower of Christ, even you're a follower of any of your religions. You're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist. Of course, Buddhists it's probably easier to stick to the Abrahamic religions when it comes to this conversation, because I don't really know enough about the other religions to be able to make this comment and where it's educated or where it makes sense, or I know for sure what I'm saying is correct. But let's just stick to the Abrahamic religions for now. Like, so many, they surrender their life to God and they choose the life like, okay, God, my life is no longer my own. Take my life, it's yours. And I surrender my will to yours. Like, say, you've done this, right? But then you're going back into the environments that poison your soul, whether it's a work environment that's absolutely destroying your mental health, robbing you of your peace, taking every ounce of joy that you have and just like setting it on fire. And yet here it is, and you're like you profess to serve God and love God, and you want to live this life that you was created for and you have for you, but then doing the very things that align with what your faith teaches, you defy. In other words, you've surrendered your life to God, but then you're not doing what you're created to do. That's like the recipe for a miserable life. I know it was for me. My whole life I ran from what I was created to do. My entire life. And I was hell on earth. I was a devil to most people that dealt with me. I'm not blaming just the fact that I was defying my purpose, but it sure as heck contributed to it. I think about all the people that have, again, they're serving their God, their religion, and they're doing these things, and they're doing things that they hate still. They talk about sin. I hate the sin that I commit. like I hate the actions, like we beat up the actions and the mistakes we make, but what about the big gaping one? Not doing what we're created to do. That to me seems more of a what's the word? Not mortal sin. I mean, define not living in the purpose that we were created for, not doing the things that we were created to do, to me seems like a bigger spit in the face to God than sin, or at least sin the way it's described. And I'm not complimenting or bragging or recommending sin, but instead I'm trying to get you to focus on the fact that, like, we're focused on, I did this wrong, we beat ourselves up, we shame ourselves to death. Like, I don't know what that serves. I don't know what good that serves. I would actually think that I would beat myself up more not stepping in faith and doing the very thing that God created me to do. That to me seems like a bigger issue. And yet this is like welcomed. People go to these jobs they hate. They stay in relationships that poison their soul. Like, they're not treating their body as the temple that they're called to treat their body as. I would imagine not doing what I was created to do would be a violation of my temple too. A violation of my mental health. A violation of my spirit. I mean, because the greatest spirit building, strengthening, spirit flowing, most connectedness comes when I'm doing what I'm created to do. I made up a bunch of words there. Bear with me. I know when I'm in line with the purpose that I was created for, taking action and stepping in that direction that I was set and created to be going down. When I'm doing that, I can be in flow with the Creator. I'm in this, and it's like, and being in flow is being in relationship. And that way I can just be led and then just take action and be free and almost like fly, soar even. I can do that when I'm in line with what I was created to do. But how do you get in flow? How do you feel connected when you're going into these environments that poison your soul, that poison your spirit? So now, here it is. We're coming into a world where people are going to lose their jobs in masses. There's people that have already lost their jobs in masses, and more is coming. More is coming. Industries will be eradicated completely. But that's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing for people who don't want to learn, grow, and adapt. It's a bad thing for people that don't want to step into what they're called to do. What I love about this new world coming is that these professions that have been held in such high regard, doctors who practice medicine, attorneys, practice law, like even the way government, like these politicians, like that's all going to change. Their significance is going to change. Why? Because people are realizing that we can't really trust them. AI is going to completely transform healthcare. Completely transform it. It's going to transform the legal profession. It's going to transform education, but it's going to transform real estate. It's going to transform entertainment media. The people that you're going to see, celebrity as we know it is dead. And it's not coming back. These people that are being propped up to influence us and to entertain us, the significance of them, the value that they have in our lives is already eradicated. And I've used that word a lot today. Maybe I should think of a new word to say, Joshua. You have another word for eradicated? Eliminated? you're going to see teachers, thought leaders, community leaders. Did I say teachers? Teachers. Artists. They will be true artists. They will be the celebrities of the new world. But celebrity will not look like what it does now. You won't see people with 400 million followers. You won't see things like that. But the leader of a community, I mean, think about tribal worlds and how it used to work. Like, that's what we're going into, is a tribal world, both digitally and also in person, with the 15-minute cities and so on. So while you have all of the conspiracy theorists, and by the way, I still am a conspiracy within the conspiracy theorists, because I don't even trust the conspiracy theories. But for all the people that talk about how these changes are going to enslave people, they're only telling part of the story. Because the changes will enslave people that are not ready to be able to use what's coming to their advantage. These changes that are coming are going to provide opportunities to people that normally do not have access to those opportunities. The gatekeepers have been removed. So for the people that took the time to educate themselves, to equip themselves, to prepare their mind, to learn the skills that are necessary, those people are going to thrive. And it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair, you have a speech impediment, you're mentally ill, you have severe PTSD, you have frequency-induced tremors. It doesn't matter. You're all going to have an opportunity. We are all going to have an opportunity at success. All of us. But not everyone's going to take it. Not everyone wants to see a world that is fair and just for all. They will suffer. They will suffer. And I don't feel bad for you. Because if you don't want to see a world that's fair and just for all, then I have no time for you. So while we have all these changes coming with technology, and people are pointing at it as if it's the devil or the Antichrist or whatever negative that they're saying about it, or saying it's going to enslave us and blah, 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 blah. If that was true, then why is there an opportunity for the meek to succeed? Isn't it in the Bible that says the meek shall inherit the earth? Yeah. Now, mind you, the definition of meek is not how it's really used. I mean, like, the way most people understand the definition, it's not the actual meaning, but we'll just go with what people assume it means. But the disenfranchised, the people that have been shunned from society, the marginalized communities, the underserved communities, they're the ones that have been preparing for this new world. Some of them really had no other option than to lend their time and their talent, because they didn't have the money, but they lended their time and talent into different communities and ecosystems. They're about to be handsomely taken care of. The people that have spent the last 5 years building to prepare for what's coming are going to soar in this new world. But for everyone that was resistant to change and didn't want to learn and didn't want to educate themselves, that spent their time hunting for jobs and going to school and buying courses from people that were basically regurgitating the same crap that's been regurgitated for the last 30 years, it's going to be a struggle. The way that people do sales is going to change. It already is different, but it's going to get way different. the fancy sales techniques and the grind harder community. Like, the world's changing, and it's going to be very disruptive for you all. So my books are, again, you can buy them. They're all published, but on my platform, they're free. I'm not using this to sell anything. I'm using this to talk from the heart and share messages that I feel led to share that feel led to share and that come from me drawing the word. There is no reason to fear the changes coming. None. Fear is a wasted emotion, especially when the reality is this is the greatest opportunity that I can't say that. How do I want to say that? This is such a great opportunity because you don't need money to even start. Do you need strategy? Yeah. Do you need to think and learn some things? Yeah. But I've made it easier with my books. Made it way easier. Because the work that took me 20 years to do, you can do in really a couple days. I started putting all this together before the technology was even ready for what was coming. I'm fortunate that I trusted the visions I was being given and paid attention to what I was supposed to learn. I don't want to see anyone get left behind. I say all the time in different interviews that I do, like, Africa's more ready for what's coming than Americans are. And while I get made fun of for saying that, I'm also laughing hysterically because those same Americans are the ones I'm talking out saying you're not ready. And I don't mean that to be cocky or arrogant. No, because I'm excited. I'm excited for the underserved communities that are stepping up and like they see the opportunity. Most of my students are overseas. And I'm perfectly okay with that. But even there, it's not like many people are taking this serious, but there's a reason why the United Nations says that 80% of the world is not ready for what's coming. 80%. But it's coming anyway. I'm ready. I've been ready. I've been ready for a few years. I've been building for longer, but I've been ready for a few years. And the whole world is going to change. And will it be too late? I'm not God. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you that for the same people that go, man, I wish I would have built a website when the internet first came out. Like those people, this is bigger. Because the media industry, which, by the way, we're all in, is $1 trillion industry. In my presentation yesterday I did with Graphy, I showed some of the statistics. Like this year alone, from 2 years from now, we're going to have like a $20 billion jump in what the industry's worth. And that is a conservative number. And by 2030, it's going to go up even more. Like it's like the graph looks like this. So here's 2025, here's 2027, here's 2030. It's massive jumps. And the reason is because with all the job losses, everyone's going to essentially become entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs will use media as the vehicle to monetize all of their different offerings, their services, their content. But the difference is, like, it's one thing to have a podcast and books and TV shows and documentaries and courses, but when they're on a bunch of different platforms that you don't own, it's not helping you. It's not benefiting you, not in the short term and not in the long term. The idea is to centralize your intellectual property in one location. So your premium content, keep it on your platform, keep it on your website, distribute from that website to social media. Because you want people coming and hanging out on your platform. You don't own social media. Your social media success or lack thereof could be taken from you like that. I know from experience. It's happened 5 times. I can't even build a following anymore. I don't even care anymore because now I focus on, it's my platform. I use social media to promote my platform because that's where everything is. That's where my business is. My business is not on social media. So while my platform is built now, I don't, like, I can do Facebook lives and Twitter lives or Facebook or X lives and LinkedIn lives. I can do the lives on these platforms and give that away for free. But the whole time, don't get it twisted, I'm promoting my website. I'm promoting my platform. I don't care if you follow me on Facebook. I could care less. I could care less if you follow me on YouTube or X or LinkedIn. I don't care. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it as in, it doesn't change anything for me because I know at a moment's notice I'm going to get kicked off again. On my platform, I get the traffic I want. I get the messaging out I want. So I get to now, because my platform's built, now I can do these kind of things like this and not worry about it. This serves as a commercial. I believe it or not, as crazy as this may be, whether somebody agrees with what I'm talking about or not, this serves as a commercial for everything I do. For better or worse, because I know not everyone likes me, and that's okay. But this opportunity that everyone has to make their dreams come true it excites me because I've seen enough people. I worked with complex disabilities for 18 years. I got to see a lot of people who'd given up. But I also got to be inspired by people that said, you know what? I always think about the quadriplegic skydiving Elvis, that dove out of the sky in his wheelchair. He was a skydiving Elvis. One of my favorite, I can't say his name. I mean, he's passed away now. But he was one of the most amazing. He was crazy. But I loved him. Toughest patient I ever had to work with. But I was so inspired by him because he had a dream. He wanted to be a skydiving Elvis, and then he got in a pool accident. Had never skydove in his life. But as a quadriplegic, found a way. And that's a minor story, and that has nothing to do with media, but I'm inspired by people that say, you know what? When there's a will, there's a way. I'm not going to give up on my dream just because I have this disability. I have this limitation. For so long, limitations, like for so long, people say, well, I can't, when I get the money, I'll do it. I'll start a TV show when I get money. I'll start a podcast when I get money. I'll write a book when I get some money. You don't need money to do any of that. A book will get you on stage about as easy as anything, but I'll tell you another thing that will get you on stage is talking live. Talking live on social media will get you speaking gigs. Happens all the time. You get invited to be on people's podcast. You don't need money to get started. So there's no excuse. You can't use a wheelchair as excuses. You can't use a speech impediment or the inability to speak as an excuse. You can't even if you're hearing impaired. There's not an excuse because the opportunities are there. Money has typically been the barrier. Education has typically been the barrier, but all this information is free. You can learn for free. I did. In fact, because I was in the position to be on set and to get to work behind the scenes and got to live in LA for a long time, that I was able to learn from the best. And even though I didn't have money to pay for the courses or pay for the events, I found ways to volunteer and serve, so I was still able to learn. And all that I've learned over the years is what's gone into my books that I'm offering you for free. There's no excuse. I built what I'm doing with no money. Anyone can do it because it's way easier now than it was when I started. Way easier. Trying to be a one-person media company 10 years ago, are you kidding me? No. It's not easy to do. But it's easier than ever now. Every one of you. There's no reason for you to be silenced. There's no reason for you not to be heard, and there's no reason for you not to pursue your dreams. I would encourage you to start pursuing your dreams now before you have all of the other options removed. Then you have to do it. Because when you have to do it, because you got no choice, it's much more difficult than when you choose to do it. And then you get to do it. Because getting to pursue your dreams feels a lot better than having to. I had no choice. But I will tell you, I had no choice because I tried everything else and nothing else was going to work. And then I was basically going to just end up back in jail, prison this time, psych ward, or dead. Choosing my purpose is the only reason that I've been able to stay clean. Because I get to choose not to go shoot drugs up my nose or in my arms or wherever else. Like I found something I love more. Because, and then in that process, and I'm almost done, but in that process of finding something I love more, I also learned something that was really, really special. When I was angry and in rage, I could create, could express my rage instead of lashing out at other people, instead of crucifying other people with my own rage and anger like I used to do. I could create, could express myself through writing, through content, whether audio, verbal, painting, drawing, poetry, writing a book, doing a podcast, coming on here and just talking to get stuff off my chest, like whatever, like it became therapy. Creating became the solution for sadness. Creating became solution for, heck, even severe gratitude and happiness. Like creating was like everything. Where back in the day, it used to be every time I was sad, drugs. Every time I was angry, drugs. Well, drugs and sex. Happy, angry, sad, depressed, all of it. It used to trigger me right into drugs. Now it triggers me into creativity. And because of that, now I've been able to experience love for the first time in my life. I've been able to give love, receive love, be around love, understand love, want more of it, want to give more of it. And most importantly, I've never been closer to God than I am now. Because every time I create, I'm with my Creator. And the Creator created us to create. And that is a beautiful thing now that we're in the Creator's economy. My name is Joshua T. Berglan. Thank you so much for watching.